Hey, welcome back to the channel. Got a little something on the bench for you here. So, bunch of pieces and parts. But basically, I got done whooping last night, and I went around the track like a half of the track and got trapped, and ended up switching out my Lipo. Didn't remember this one was nearly fully charged, so 4.11 on this meter, and I need to discharge this, so I'm kind of just putting together pieces and parts. I'll go ahead and show you what I've come up with. So you plug in your Lipo, and I just have it going through an amp meter just because for now I just want to know roughly about how many amps it will draw to this 100 watt 1 ohm load, which is a resistor. So we have our load, we have our switch, we have our potentiometer, and then we have our metering devices to kind of see what's going on in the circuit. See if I get a... so we have 4.9 volts in the Lipo. We need to take that down to 3.85. So basically just turn on the switch here, and I'm just going to go up to like 1/4 of an amp. So about 0.28, and we're registering 4.04. Now the discharge rate of this Lipo is much higher, so I'm going to go ahead and take it up to, let's say, maybe 3/4 of an amp. Okay, so we're at 394, and now this is under load of 3/4 of an amp. So I can go ahead and take this up to a full amp. So I could just sit here and discharge this at a full amp. Under load, these Lipos are kind of old. These have been through the United States Air Force Museum. Just a plethora of races at our local race that we put together. And I don't know how many packs. Beyond that, how many times this one's been cycled quite a bit. So the sag of this battery is going to be pretty significant. So I feel like if we were to draw it down to like 3, let's just draw it down to 3.7 just to see. And I'll go ahead and take this amp up. We'll go 1.25, which is pretty much a full loaded VTX backpack camera, receiver, LEDs. All of that would be about 1.25 amps on a brushed whoop that I have. So we're at 374 here. So let's go ahead and check it. I'm going to turn the system off, and of course we bounce back. Look how much sag there is in that. We're almost all the way back to 4 volts. So we know we can go further than 3.7. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this back up to 1.25 amps. We can also do an IR test with this. Maybe I'll do another video of how to determine what the internal resistance of this Lipo is. We could do a mathematical figure with what we have here. I'm going to go ahead and turn this up just to see. So the full output of this system would be 2.9 amps. Go ahead and shut that off, so we should be pretty close. So we're bouncing back 385. The Lipo's not even warm. You could tell it's a little more above room temperature. Room temperature right now is 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's just a touch warmer, but not much. So we're bounced back to 389, which is a little bit high, 390. So we'll go ahead and discharge it a little bit more. I'm going to just go up to 1 amp. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and obviously I don't need this amount of money involved in a 1S discharger, and these are really cheap. This is just a little bit warm. I don't have my laser right now, but it's just, you know, body temperature warm, really. These are really cheap. You can pick up a dozen of these for not much. These are just potentiometers for DC motors, and these resistors are pretty inexpensive. The more you buy, the cheaper they are, kind of thing. So I can wire in a circuit with the with these components. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and try it now. So it looks like 368 at 1 amp. Kind of gets us close. Maybe 367. So that's just something I'll have to keep in mind when I'm discharging. 3.5. Enormous amount of sag. I have a piece of tape on this Lipo letting me know that this is a saggy battery. This one's pretty much done. But I just kind of wanted to go through the system, see how it works. So we're pretty much at storage voltage now. So have the system turned off. I want to take this component and this component. I'm going to make a 3D, maybe make a little 3D case for these things. And I want to get a voltage meter. They're just real inexpensive. Little voltage checker. So I'll wire that into the system, and then I'll have like a little box with a BT 2.0 connector on it, so I can just kind of plug it right in. And I think that's what I might do. So yeah, I'd be really interested in hearing from you what things that you've done or stuff that you've put together. If you want to, put it in comments and attach a link to your video. But yeah, if you'd like to see more of this on the channel, let me know. You have any questions, hit me up in comments. And if this was entertaining to you, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you hate it, and you give me a thumbs down, it all works. Enjoy the breeze.